Welcome to the Store and Shelter Volunteer Orientation for We Companions. My name is Judith Eisenberg, and I am the Director of Volunteers. I'm the person you'll come to with any questions about your volunteer activities, both at the beginning, middle, and then finally if you decide to end volunteering with us. This orientation will consist of the mission of We Companions, the history of We Companions, the goals of our volunteer program, our expectations of our volunteers, and a little bit about our animals with an opportunity to meet some of our staff. The mission of We Companions is to rescue small exotic animals, primarily rats, hamsters, and guinea pigs. We also have some chinchillas, some rabbits, and occasionally mice. We provide all veterinary care for the animals that are in the rescue, with the goal of them being eventually adopted. Those that are not adoptable due to medical or behavior reasons are placed in a sanctuary program where they live out their lives in full, and we care for them. We also provide education both to the public and also to all of our volunteers. The history of our organization is that we opened in 1998 and we became a 501c3 nonprofit in 2003. Since that time, we have saved well over 19,000 animals. The goals of our volunteer program are to provide excellent customer service to anyone who walks in the door, and in our store to make sure that it is clean and the shelves are always stocked for our customers. We want to provide education about the proper care of these types of animals for both our clients and our volunteers. In our shelter, our goals are to make sure the animals are always well cared for, and also to make sure that we're ready for adoption appointments. We aim for our volunteers to have fun when they're volunteering with us. And if that is not the case, please let me know, and I'll try to see what I can do to make sure you are enjoying your experience. We have some expectations of our volunteers. These include that you will arrive on time and stay for your entire shift. If you are not able to meet that type of commitment, please let me know. Once you arrive, we expect that you will follow all instructions given to you by our staff. We want you to sign up in advance online for your shifts and come at least one time per month. When you've decided that you do not want to volunteer with us anymore, please let me know. We will delete your account, but you will be able to download all of your hours. Now you'll meet some of our staff and learn a bit about our animals.
Hi, my name is Shirley and I'm the store manager, and I am going to talk to you about guinea pig housing and hygiene, and also what they need to survive on their diet and everything. So for housing, we do recommend a 2 foot by 3 foot for a single pig. And for a pair of pigs, which they normally do very well with, 2 pigs together so they have companionship, is a 2 foot by 4 foot, which is what's next to me right here. You can also, for their bedding, you can use pine or aspen or fleece. And with the fleece, you would wash it weekly. The pine and the aspen you would change out weekly and do spot cleaning during the week. Also, for their diet, they would have hay, which would be Timothy or Orchard or both, and they would have that every day, 24/7 per day. When they run out, you put more in. They would have pellets, which is 1/8 of a cup per pig of pellets per day, and a small mixed salad. You also need something with vitamin C, which would be like cilantro or bell pepper. Carries high vitamin C in, and you would have that in the salad also. Also, you would need water, so you would have a water bottle in the cage for them to drink along with it. On hot days, you can also freeze water bottles and put them in with a little sock or stocking on it, and put it in so they can lean against it to stay warm or stay cool. And then for taking care of them, you would want to do nails every 4 to 6 weeks. You also want to get their ears clean, do a little health check where we actually check for any lumps and bumps. We feel them all around. We check their fur for fur mites or lice. We also check their teeth in their mouth to make sure they're in line for good dental. Their teeth constantly grow, so they're constantly need to chew on things, and that's where the hay comes in, because they constantly eat the hay and grind their teeth down. For little boys, we do bore care, which needs to be done every 4 weeks to 6 weeks. Do not go past 6 weeks, because they can get these things that the plugs from bore care, which are kind of hard to clean once that gets past there. And we do that all here at We Companions, and we ask for a donation. This is a little baby. So normally with babies, you actually feed them a little bit different than adults. They also need alfalfa hay up to 6 months old. And when they're 5 months old, you start mixing the alfalfa and the Timothy or orchard hay together, so you can do the transition. By 6 months, they'll be on regular adult hay. Baby pellets are up to 0, born to 6 months also. And again, on the 5th month, you're going to start mixing the adult pellets with them. And so you can do the ease into the transition to adult pellets. Have I forgotten anything? I think that is pretty much everything that goes with taking the housing and taking care of a guinea pig. You do want to take them out and handle them every day. The more you handle, the more calmer they are. If you just leave them in their cage and just pet them on their head and just let them be on their own, when it is important to pick them up, they will go a little, they'll get a little scattered and scared, and you don't want that, especially if there's like an emergency where you have to evacuate. You want to know that your pig will come to you and you can handle them. So always handle them every day, even if it's just 5 minutes, or if you're watching TV in the evening, put them on your lap and have a 30-minute watching TV time. If you have children, let them read out loud to them. The kids benefit by reading, and the guinea pigs listen to a story.
Hello everyone, I'm Antonella. I'm the lead rat volunteer and hamster volunteer, but rats really are my thing. And you can see some climbing right behind me. Rats live about 2 to 3 years. Well, 3 is kind of rare. And they're absolutely amazing. I have mine living in a triple criternation cage. I don't know if you can see that. They love the wheel. Nice big wheel. There's more wheels back there. And who are my babies. They love hammocks, of course. There you go. You can see some in the hammock. So these are older ladies. They're about 1.5 years old. And you want to make sure that there's no lumps or bumps on anyone. And sadly, we do have some lumps and bumps in this group. So they'll go get them removed at the vets. Look. Hi everyone, I'm Antonella and I'm the lead rat and hamster volunteer and also the adoption counselor and we companions. And this is Giacomo. He's a Syrian hamster. He's solitary animals and he lives in a Preview cage. That's the Preview 528, which is spacious and it can fit a large wheel, 10 to 12 inches. He has a 12-inch wheel, which he absolutely loves. We also have big bins for our Syrian hamsters, and dwarf hamsters can also live in them or in D12 cages. So these are large cages that give them enough room to run around and fit a spacious wheel. So this is Giacomo, available for adoption, like many other sweeties we have.
Hello, this is Fenella and welcome to our shelter. Welcome to the chinchillas at our shelter. We have about 9 or 10 chinchillas in our rescue right now, and the majority of them are here at the shelter. You'd need special training to interact with the chinchillas because they're quite jumpy, and unless you're confident in your handling, they're little escape artists. But just to let you know, chinchillas are our longest living residents in the rescue. They can live 20 plus years. They need a cool environment, down in the low 70s at the highest. And they need a very large cage. You can see we use these ferret nations or critter nations as they're called. They jump from level to level. They use wood to chew on. And they need a very simple diet of healthy pellets, Timothy hay. We don't give them a lot of fresh food at all. We can give some select treats every now and then, but we want their diet to be kept very, very simple. One thing with the chinchillas is that they need a very large wheel for running. They really do. And they need to keep that beautiful coat of theirs in tip-top condition by bathing in a special dust that we provide a couple of times a week. They're wonderful pets, but you have to be ready for that long-term commitment and be able to provide the right environment. So you'll get to see the chinchillas at the shelter, and with some training, maybe you can get to meet some.
We Companions does not typically have a lot of rabbits in our care, but we do usually have a few. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about rabbit husbandry. This is a typical setup of what we would recommend for a rabbit. There's only one rabbit in this cage. Rabbits are social animals. So if you cannot provide a lot of stimulation and time with your rabbit, it's great to give your rabbit a rabbit friend. But rabbits also are very picky about their friends. So it is also important that the rabbit get to decide who is going to be its friend and cage mate. Once a rabbit does bond, however, they bond very strongly, and it's a really positive thing to see two rabbits living together. What you see here is a typical setup for a rabbit. We recommend that they live in an X pen. So this is an X pen that's not very tall. This particular rabbit doesn't jump very high. If you had a rabbit that was a climber or a jumper, or if you live in a house that has another animal like a cat that might go in the cage, then we would either recommend a taller X pen or that you put a lid on the X pen. But in any case, give your rabbit an X pen, and then you want to have in the cage typically a litter box. Rabbits are great. They're clean animals. They groom themselves and they go in a litter box similar to cats. The difference is you don't put cat litter in a litter box for rabbits. What you put in it is some kind of litter that's often paper-based. And then you put hay in the litter box. The hay is what encourages them to go into the box and then use the box. This particular box, you can see that it's been used. The rabbit also will eat the hay that they are in the box with. I know that doesn't sound very nice, but it's accurate. The other thing that you want to have is typically a water bowl and then pellets. You give a small quantity of pellets to an adult rabbit daily, and they will munch on it during the day and usually finish it, and you replace it the next day. And then most rabbits will drink out of a water dish rather than a hanging water bottle. Usually I prefer a dish. Then you can also give it toys. Toys don't have to be expensive for rabbits. So here you can take like a used box and fill it with hay. That's an interesting toy to a rabbit. Or an egg carton might be a variety of safe wooden toys. They'll chew on them. They need to chew all the time. Newspaper, they will dig in paper. They will chew it up. They will have a great time. And then you do want to replace the toys because it's more interesting for them to have a variety of things to do. The other thing about rabbits that I'll leave you with is they are, like all the animals in We Companions, prey animals. So they will get afraid if you are coming over them to get to them. The best way to interact with a rabbit is for you to sit on the floor, open up their X-Pen, and let them come out and approach you, and you be at the same level. It is important for rabbits to get out of that X-Pen every day so they get some exercise, not just in the same location all the time. So they should have time out of their cage, and you should be on the floor interacting with them when they do. And then you will have a great relationship with your rabbit, and it will learn to come to you and trust you. Oh, one other thing that I haven't shown. Rabbits love to have a variety of fresh vegetables daily, just like some of the other animals in our care. So it is important to give them those special, yummy, fresh treats. They eat lettuces and the very, very rare sugar piece of fruit or carrot, very small amount. Sugar's not great for rabbits, but they do enjoy it. But they do need to have like lettuces and vegetables daily, in addition to the hay that they should have all the time, the pellets daily, and the water. Now that you've learned a bit about our animals, there are two different volunteer programs, the store volunteers and the shelter volunteers. All of these take place off of Governor Drive, but we have two different locations in that same shopping center. If you're volunteering at the store, and everyone starts at the store for at least one shift, then your job is customer service, talking to the people that are coming in, some of them coming in with their own animals with questions. So education is really big. Sometimes they want to know what type of bedding or what type of food. And if you don't know the answer, then we'd like you to say, gosh, I don't know, let me find out. And then go learn yourself and then help the customer. There's also some manual labor involved at the store, carrying things out to people's cars, making up bags of hay, that kind of thing. After you volunteered at least once at the store, if you want to switch to the shelter, you can. You need to send me an email and I can enable that in our database so that you can sign up for shelter shifts. At the shelter, your job will be animal care, which means cleaning up their cages, scooping poop, adding water, adding food, that kind of thing, and cleaning the floors, there's laundry to do, everything to do with taking care of animals. We do require that you have some experience with guinea pigs or hamsters before we'll let you volunteer in the shelter. This is the contact information for Fenella. She's our president. Shirley, she's the manager of the store, and me, Judith, the volunteer director. All of this is also available on the homepage of the My Impact screen when you go to sign up for your shifts, and in the volunteer manual that you hopefully downloaded when you completed your application. The next steps for you after watching this video are to go back to myimpactpage.com and go to My Profile, then Additional Information. Answer the questions in the section that is headed by complete after watching the store volunteer orientation video. Don't forget to click save. Once you've done that, I will be notified and I will send you an email on how to sign up for your first shift. Noting that if you are a minor, you must have a parent or guardian come with you the very first time and meet with our staff. And then after your first shift, if you want to switch to the shelter or if you want to do both, then please send me an email, judith@wecompanions.org. Thank you.